Hi everyone, thanks for joining us for Northern Ag TV. I'm Grace McDonald. Well, the USDA froze conservation funding after they said that they would not freeze any funding for individuals. Senator Amy Klobuchar, ranking member on the Senate Ag Committee, sent a letter to the Department of Agriculture demanding answers surrounding the funding freeze. In that letter, Senator Klobuchar stated that last week farmers and ranchers contacted their offices in search of clarity on these programs. The letter requested the legal basis for pausing or terminating any funding that has been appropriated by Congress and a timeline of when recipients of paused or terminated disbursements can expect to hear from the department about the status of their funding. The USDA has yet to respond to that letter. Also, speaking of the USDA, they recently released their 2025 farm income forecast. That forecast suggests that farm net income will increase in 2025 by 29.5%, which would add up to just over $180 billion. This is driven by government disaster and economic assistance rather than improved commodity markets. Government payments are expected to total $42.4 billion, a big increase compared to the 2024 total of $9.3 billion. Wheat and hay receipts are expected to shrink, as well as other crop receipts like corn and soybeans, declining by $1.8 billion. However, the outlook for livestock is that the receipts will rise by $3.8 billion, which includes total animal and animal products. Feed expenses, the largest single cost category, are projected to decline by $7 billion. Winter storms are improving the snowpack conditions in Montana that irrigators will need this summer. According to the NRCS's most recent look at precipitation levels, the mountain snowpack across most of Montana remains slightly below normal at about an 80 to 90% of median, but there are exceptions. The Smith-Judith Musselshell Basin reported 120% of normal snowpack, and several sites in the Little Belt and Big Snowy Mountains received their largest January snow accumulation in 20 years. However, the Sun, Teton, Marias, and St. Mary have 65 to 75% of normal snowpack. March 1st conditions will give us a better idea of what spring runoff will look like. We'll be back with the markets after this.
From the beginning, we've worked closely with farmers. BNSF's ties to the agricultural community go back 175 years. Together, we've innovated to make the U.S. agriculture supply chain one of the most efficient and productive in the world. Our strong relationship powers BNSF still today and helps us move the nation like no one else can. At BNSF, we move the nation for you.
Talking with someone that you know is stressed out, those are difficult things to approach, but if you're good friends with those people, reach out and say, I'm here to talk to you. We can find somewhere to get some assistance. It's hard to get involved, but at the same time, you want to just say, hey, there is help available.
For more tips in dealing with stress in agriculture or for free counseling for egg producers, visit beyondtheweather.com.
Thanks for joining us. Back for the markets. Traders were waiting to see whether Friday's week close would hold as a bottom for the market or if more pressure existed. And although there were gains in Monday's session, it seems the situation is that pressure still exists, as $2 to $3 were lost early in Tuesday's trade. Traders were also looking to the supply and demand report, which estimated beef exports raised by 200 million pounds and imports unchanged, which should be supportive to the cattle and beef markets of 2025. The expectations for cash cattle trade is that it will be steady to lower this week, and some analysts say that futures could move higher to be more in line even if cash is lower. Choice box beef cuts got the increase they needed, now $1.63 higher at $323.50. The cattle future gains seemed to help ease feeders' minds at the auction barn in Sioux Falls yesterday, as there was good demand for a large offering of calves. The 7 to 750 pound steers were in the highest demand, selling at $297, and heavy 7s at $280. For heifers, the light 800 pound weight class had the most receipts, averaging $253. The USDA made small adjustments to the 24-25 crop forecasts for wheat, as well as corn and soybeans. Wheat stocks were reduced slightly with unchanged export forecasts. However, lower exports from Russia and Ukraine may put upward pressure on global prices. Corn prices were slightly raised due to reduced global production from Brazil and Argentina, which may support U.S. exports and prices. As for soybeans, price expectations were lowered marginally, but tighter global stocks, especially in Argentina. Cold air with some snow is expected to work across the plains over the next week, which should keep some support under the wheat market. That's it for today's Northern Ag TV. Thanks for joining us. Have a good day.